All right, guys. What is going on? What's up, Phil? How you doing, buddy? This is gonna be just like a chill watch and discussion because one, I didn't really let anyone know ahead of time if they wanted to join, and some people are busy and shit. And that's why I want to try to keep it to Fridays because I try to avoid. What's up, Zodiac? I try to avoid like streaming when other people do, like especially friends of mine in their channel. So like Friday is like almost an empty night for the most part. But I mean, it gets so hard to keep track of all of it. Like, there's no way you can avoid everybody's stream time. So, but I try to. So it's just going to be us hanging out and talking Hatchet. So Zodiac, you going to be watching? Philly, you were going to be watching? If you are, I would suggest either if you have it or have it on Prime, like don't watch it on Tubi because I'm 99.9% sure it's still the cut version, which pissed me off last year when I went through the series because Tubi had the censored versions for 2 and 3, which who wants to watch a friggin' Hatchet movie like that? Mr. Lucard, how you doing, buddy? What went on in your head? I was just thinking of that song the other day, actually. So that's a great song. Sweet Phil, you're always here to hang out, and that's what makes you awesome. I always love having you here. Oh, they only got the RAs. See, I hate it. There's not much missing, like if I recall, but there's definitely some things for sure that and hating it. Like it was messing with me because I know these movies very well. So I'm looking at it when I was going over the series last year for the channel, and I'm like, wait a minute. I said that goes on for like a second longer, right? And then I'm like, maybe not, and I'm doubting myself. And then the next scene happened. I said, no, that's definitely cut. And then I go back and I go online and look at the kills. I said, yeah, okay, this is the stupid R-rated version, which it sucks. And yeah, it's one of my favorite Ozzy tunes as well, and some of my favorite guitar work by Randy Rhoads. Amazing guitar work there. All right, we're gonna just dive into it. Zodiac, you ready? And I'll do a countdown. And Al, I was just gonna message you earlier. We got to let's do a stream or something soon because I feel it's been forever. Like I know how, when you got your promotion and everything, things you got real busy, but we got to do something soon. Miss chatting with you, and I'll get that Barbie girl to you. And I got to not ever see that movie, even though it's getting good reviews. All right, countdown: 3, 2, 1, go. But this movie is so close to the original and Victor Crowley for me. I mean, this whole series is fantastic. There's nothing like 3 is the only one that's a little weaker for me than the others. But like the kills are still great and everything. It kind of feels like Predator versus like Victor Crowley in 3. We have the, as always, lovely Danielle Harris replacing Mary Beth. Well, I forget the actress's name. What's her name? I don't know, but whoever played Mary Beth in the first one, which usually continuity, this would bother me, and it does kind of. I kind of prefer the actress from the first movie, but I mean, it's Danielle Harris. So how do you not love her? Yeah, I could definitely see that. It's got amazing kills just throughout all of it, and yeah, definitely, man. We'll talk on Instagram. But yeah, all the kills are fantastic in this movie, and some of the best kills in the series are in this movie. This is the one I think, right? We get the little collage. Yeah, when Jack crackers in a little bit when he starts talking to Mary Beth. That's such a great little montage of kills. Which Jack Cracker here is, of course, played by the great Junk Carl Beekler, who's an amazing special effects artist and most notably probably director for Friday Part 7, which I always thought was sucks and is ironic that he's a great special effects makeup artist and his Friday film got butchered by the MPAA. Yeah, he was. Yeah, his look in Friday 7, Jason's look, that's my favorite look for Jason by far. Maybe it's because it's like no, I liked it like just the first few times I saw the movies anyway as a kid. But I have a movie maniac of Jason, and it's the Part 7 version. I've had that since I was just like a kid. So I just love that look at him, like with his torn up clothes and his mask is all messed up a little bit, but not as much as like in 9, where his face is just like bloated in that one. Yeah, I can see that. I love how he hands her the jar of piss, and she's like about to take a sip, but she doesn't. Oh, she does take it. Oh no, she's about to. Yeah, I was gonna say no, she don't drink that piss, because then anyone's reaction would be like, "Yo, this is piss." Like, so it would play out differently. Yeah, nice and warm. And then he just starts freaking out once she mentions that her last name, and he knows her daddy, what he did. And this is what I think makes this is what I love about a good sequel. Kind of just I was talking Psycho 2, like briefly in some video recently because I got to do Psycho 3 soon. But well, if that's one of the greatest sequels of all time, Psycho 2 for me. Like not even hard, just straight sequel, one of the greatest ever made. Anthony Perkins, I think, is even better in Psycho 2 than in Psycho. Like it's so good, but it expands upon everything so organically, and it feels like a universe of Psycho, and it works so well. Same with this, with the whole series of this, basically. Just everything how they expand upon like the myth of Victor Crowley and everything. Now we find out in this movie there's 3 Samson and the uncle and the friend who all caused Victor Crowley's death in a way. I mean, they didn't fucking really, so it's bullshit, but I get it. And we find out the curse that was put on him and everything. So I like how they expand on the whole mythos behind him. And Jack Cracker's still going to get killed. This is funny. He's going through the camera. He starts seeing what is it, Shapiro from the last movie, the porn director. It's like he's never seen a video camera before. He's like struggling with it and shit. Boobies. I want my daddy to see this. Fuck you, dad. That's hilarious. Oh man, Jeepers Creepers 3 and Reborn are just abysmal. They were torturous. Those are like those two videos of mine are like straight on rants. This girl recognizes him as her fifth grade teacher. Oh, this is fucked up. He's following like the 14-year-old. He's following this girl on the playground. He's like, show me some of that. She's like, dude, I'm 14. Even Jack Cracker's like, nah, that ain't right. That's hilarious. Yeah, well, then thanks for fucking Jeepers Creepers Reborn, Al. Although I could consider most of that film like made with CGI because the amount of CGI in that film is insane. It looks terrible. They show the two women from the first movie. They're fighting over what they know who a hermaphrodite is. Jeepers Creepers has to be one of the series that has a great first movie and then just nosedived so hard that it's not like almost like pretty much like Puppet Master, except that one just keeps on. It'll never end, and my life will never end because I still got one left. And if I look up now Puppet Master movies in development, I'm sure there's going to be at least three or four of them, and I can't do it anymore. Yeah, it felt like it's tainted this the series, like even the original for me, like those two. I think three was the worst. I think four was it was just as bad, but I feel like Reborn was it was worse in some areas, but three is just real standout. Like I was shocked with how bad three was, and that's the last one I have is Doctor Death. So technically, I finished all the Puppet Masters. I have just that spinoff. I did Blade, which was terrible, man. Like all of these movies are so bad. Like it's the first two I like maybe. The three and four I can deal with, like with the demon little things and stuff. After that, man, it just goes off the rails so bad. Like zombie scientists and mummies and all the weird World War II shit, which I'm not a big fan of to begin with. One of them had good gore though. One of the last ones, like the rebootish kind of one. I forgot which one it was. The Axis trilogy was terrible. Hey May, I was gonna try to jump scare you, but I don't know how to do that now. I'd love to talk to Adam Green. I've tried reaching out, haven't gotten a response. I think he doesn't do many interviews though. I've heard, but he seems like such a humble guy. Like all the interviews I have seen of him and behind the scenes and stuff, he's like a little kid in the candy store. Like whenever they show him directing and stuff, like they're talking to like Robert Englund, Kane Hodder. Like he's such a fanboy, like a horror fan, pure through and through. How are you, May? How's the movie been going? Danielle Harris. Yeah, so yeah, actually, I was like, kind of like headbanging to it for a second, and then I forgot my camera was off because I was smoking. That's awesome, Al. I love that's my favorite film in the series. Like tied with Hatchet 1. Like if I'm in a more comedic mood, even though Hatchet does have a lot of comedy in the beginning, Victor Crowley is my favorite. Like that movie's hilarious to me, and it didn't hit for me the first few times, which is weird because I love the comedy in most of the series. But like Dylan's whole character, I couldn't get into him. And then like on the third watch or so, like it clicked, and I was like, "What the fuck was I missing? Yo, this guy's hilarious." I love Victor Crowley. And Q, speaking of, I've met half of the or three of the Impractical Jokers. They were filming an episode here because they live in Staten Island, and I'm on Long Island, so they film on Long Island every now and then. This was like maybe 6, 7 years ago, but a friend of mine at the time messaged me. We watched the show, and she said, "You know, the Jokers are down at the Massapequa Mall." I said, "Oh yeah," and I said, I wasn't doing anything. Got in the car, drove down there. They were filming an episode, so I took a picture with Sal and Murr. Yeah, Murr. I didn't get to meet Joe. He was the only one I didn't get, which is a shame because he's my favorite. Guy's hilarious. Even Creepers 2 is hard for me to get through. Jeepers Creepers 2 is not that good either. And it went down on my last watch when I did the first two before, or the first three before Reborn came out. Like the pacing is all over the place with two. The great Tony Todd. Guy has probably the most iconic voice in horror. Maybe Brad Dourif comes like right next to it. I can't think of many others. Like even if you can get Tony Todd's voice in your movie, instantly makes it better. And I love his whole ulterior motive in this movie that he just wants to, to sacrifice basically like the uncle and his friend to get rid of this curse. He's such like a greaseball in this movie in this series. It's great, and he gets such a great kill at the end of this. That's probably my top three kills in the series is Reverend Zombie's kill. This is where we get more into the backstory of Tony Todd telling how when Victor Crowley's mother was pregnant, then and I love Kane Hodder's performance as the father too in this series. Like he can play some emotional roles. Like and some he's got range. Like he's a damn good actor. He's not just a stuntman. Like that's for damn sure. If anyone's seen other movies with Kane Hodder, you know that. But he was having an affair with his black maid or caretaker for his wife when she was sick, and then she puts a voodoo curse on the baby, on Victor Crowley. Hey Val, how are you? We are watching and talking Hatchet 2. Have you ever seen the Hatchet movies? Man, she looks creepy as hell. The Victor Crowley's mom. I know they are. I say that all the time. This series is so underrated. There's a slasher series and just an R. And Victor Crowley and Art the Clown are the only two modern slasher icons that we have that I can think of. I always bring it up. Nobody ever can think of anything else. Like from the 2000s going on, like maybe from like Ghostface, after Ghostface, Victor Crowley and Art the Clown. Chrome Skull could have been one from Late to Rest from those two movies, but people didn't watch those. Indeed. I forget who did the effects on this film. Was it Beekler? I don't think it was Beekler himself. He's getting old around here. Yes, May is amazing. Ah, that's a thing now. That's so weird, man. Young Victor Crowley looks just like young Jason. Which is your guys' favorite look for Victor Crowley? Like which movie? Because his makeup definitely is different a little throughout the series. I still think they haven't captured the first one. He looks so good in the first movie. Could be because like it's very darkly lit in most of the first movie too. I mean, they all are, but it's like something about the tone in the first movie, like the way that that Adam Green shoots like the swamp and the trees are so still and like it's very surreal. It feels like a dream, and that's one thing I love about the first movie. I feel like they haven't really captured that exact feeling again since the first Hatchet. Ironically, as three is my least favorite. I think that one comes the closest with like the still feeling of the swamp. Yeah, yeah, the first for sure. And Victor Crowley looks great too. And Victor Crowley had a much lower budget than the first three movies. That's why they're in the plane for like 45 minutes of a 90-minute movie, or more than 45, something like that. It's because of budget reasons. But he made it work with the budget, and the effects still look great. And Felissa Rose's kill is like my second favorite in the series. Oh, this is great. That whole montage that shows everyone getting murdered. The guy's jaw being ripped out. That looks so good. That's one of the Ashmores on the left, right? Who gets his face sliced off the front and then slides down. Yeah, I think it's Sean Ashmore. That's such a great little kill montage. I can honestly listen to Tony Todd tell bedtime stories, and I would be able to sleep perfectly at night. Like, what, he should do that. I might pitch that to him. You're like, yeah, you're getting up there, you make your little cameos now and then, but you want to do something amazing with that voice, sweet soul, start doing bedtime stories on YouTube or something like that, or read a horror novel or something. People would love it. It would be the perfect thing to go to bed to. Just Tony Todd just talking about anything. And then people probably start seeing Candyman everywhere, freaking out. Thanks, brother. This is like a nice, relaxing Friday night stream. Watchy, chill party. Which fun, the first Hatchet watch party, but I had Joe on and a few others on, and we went off topic a lot. I kind of wanted to do these movies in succession because, and Al, I'm sure you, and most of you with channels and stuff, like all our old shit from like the first like few months and everything like that, I got like fucking no views. Like they still don't get views. They're like 30 to 80, 100 views. Like that's it. Like, so Hatchet, all the like earlier movies that I started off with, like favorites of mine. Like I kind of want to revisit them, like down like throughout the line here, and Hatchet was definitely one of them. Same with maybe like Sleepaway Camp, the series, the Thing for sure. I'm gonna do another Thing video. My favorite movie of all time. I have to. We've already watched it like 3 times on this channel in the past year. Echo, Seta, 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 Seta. What's up, buddy? Yeah, that's right. It's really interesting. Because yeah, it's like now, like, and it's great that we're all like, it's great seeing everybody's channels and stuff that like from 13 months ago when I started this, or like maybe a month or two afterwards when I met Al and Mike and Gareth and Dave and everybody, and got into met everyone in the community and started meeting everyone else. But just, I don't know, it's just amazing, just something that you never anticipate. And then just now I just look back at those older videos and there's some that I just want to like either re-upload or like edit or just do new videos on. Yeah, those dang Brits, exactly. The losers of the award, barring Mike. That's funny. Oh yeah, yeah. Rob Zombie, I can listen to talk all the time too. Same with Quentin Tarantino. That's awesome. May the Killer Ann. That's the thing now too. Hey Russ, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, let me know. I replied to your comment. Let me know a movie you'd like to hear me have a video out on. I'll put it out on your birthday. Yeah, I know, right? Like I asked Mike like last minute if he wanted to hop on, and he's like, "Oh, it's close to midnight or something like that." I said, "Dude, it's 7. What are you talking about? Crazy, Brit. Pussies. Midnight is late. I ate lunch at midnight. Not really, but feels like it." What's up, man? Yeah, especially for the Brits because they're drunk as shit all the time, so they can't tell the distance. Everything looks the same. That just gave me a funny thought. Like, I wonder if you two would like look at just listen with out of context of like any of our streams and jokes like friendship with the Brits and like just consider that hate speech. I mean, like, man, these people really don't like British people. We gotta silence them. It's like, no, it's a whole thing. We're friends. It's just like a little frenemy thing. Harry Shen is amazing in this whole series. Yeah, exactly. I for sure thought that stream that me, Gareth, Ricky, and Mike did three bricks and three Brits and a Yank. My name, love it. I thought that was going to get canceled before it even started. Especially with Ricky coming with the rest of us. That was insanely funny. Danielle Harris in the shower. Oh yeah, you do. It was something. It was something. I'll say that. The karaoke's is to die for. Like we did a phenomenal job. Your video was hilarious, Al. In Rob's whole big video. That whole thing was great. The great Tom Holland, everyone. That's right, we got Tom Holland in this too. Director of Child's Play. Did you do? I always forget if he did Frighteners or Fright Night. He did Fright Night, right? Oh, now it's gonna drive me nuts. Someone will let me know. It is Fright Night. That's right. I always come Fright Night with Tom Holland for some reason. Yeah, that's hilarious. It's a little jarring because of this whole one of the biggest things for the series for me is how it's all mostly practical effects and they look phenomenal. So like those are CGI'd in, and you can tell like it's a little jarring, but it's hilarious, so it doesn't matter. But there's very little CGI added stuff in these movies, which is fantastic. Oh yeah, it's terrible. It's absolutely awful. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Spider-Man Tom. Which Spider-Man Tom? I'm not a big Spider-Man guy. Did Tom Holland do a Spider-Man? That I'm unaware of. I'm not sure. Harry Shen though is hilarious here, and they keep bringing him back in every movie with better excuse every single time. He dies in the first one, and he always with the accent. He has the fake accent, and then they call him out on it, and he starts speaking Chinese or whatever the hell he is, and then that comes out, and then like just a straight up like regular voice, like oh, it's so funny. And then this movie is his twin brother. Ah, okay, makes sense. No, different Tom Phil. The director who did Child's Play and Fright Night and other ones that I never forget. I've never seen too many cared for too many Tom Holland movies. But I love seeing him like wherever. I like his interviews and stuff. He's written some good stuff, so. Yeah, yeah, like I said, directed the original Child's Play. Which, fun fact, does anyone, unless I've said this before, which I don't think I have on the channel directly, does anyone know who the first, without cheating like motherfuckers, which I trust most of you, who the original voice for Chucky was going to be before they brought in Brad Dourif? That'd be great, right? Tom Holland filming Tom Holland, starring Tom Holland. This guy is for the cookies. Do we get the cookies now or after the meeting? Can you imagine a world where Chucky's voice is Gilbert Godfrey? That might be a world I'd be willing to live in for a little bit. It wasn't a female. That is correct. It was amazing actress Jessica Walter from Arrested Development, my favorite comedy show of all time, who sadly passed away a few years ago. But she was the original. I just heard you comment that. Gilbert. I could just see him saying it. Jessica Walter recorded the lines and everything, and they test screened them, and people like I'm not sure how people reacted to him, but they said that they like Tom Holland and everybody else, the producers, and they felt like there was some comedy missing, and they wanted a little more comedy, and then they brought in Brad Dourif, and he re-recorded all the lines. Oh yeah, Jessica Walters is amazing, and just Arrested Development is my favorite comedy like ever. I watch that show. I've seen that series so many times. I fall asleep to it sometimes if I can't figure out what else to watch or don't want to. I know I'm going to pass out soon. It's just such a brilliantly written, so dense, layered with jokes and callbacks. Yeah. I love how as soon as he says he's got all the group appear on the swamp to hunt down Victor Crowley so he can put the curse to rest. And then as soon as he mentions we're hunting Victor Crowley, like half the room gets up and walks out. That's funny. It's like more than half the room to it. Like there's like 5 people left, I think, afterwards. There is a great homage to a film I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and I got to finally pull the trigger on it. To Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, in this scene when the Cletus. I always remember only his name. I don't remember any of these fuckers' names in this movie. But Cletus, I always remember because he has an argument with the other guy, or like a long conversation about his name and how stupid it is. So he leans forward and he says, like, who's Victor Crowley? He says, like, it's a murder around here. He's like, oh, that's like kind of where I'm from, Glen Echo. There's this guy named Leslie. And then he cuts him off. Great homage. Great little reference there. Tony Todd just waving his hands in front of his face and shit to his friend here who knows he's full of shit. So he's offering his friend Trent double the money he's offering everyone else. 500 now, 500 afterwards. I think Tom Holland was a great casting choice, actually, for Mary Beth's uncle here. Although we find out at the end that it is not her real uncle. It's just like a best friend of her father's, which ruined Zombie's whole plan. Yeah, right here they have the Leslie Vernon thing. Oh, he does say Leslie Vernon. I thought he got silenced before he got Vernon out. But yeah, I would kill to hear, like, I'm sure they might exist still, right? Like if they test screened it, the version with Jessica Walter doing Chucky's voice. Like I would kill to hear that, just to see how it sounds, because I don't know, I can't imagine it. I'm sure it's probably good and creepy, just knowing how fantastic she is, especially as a voice actress too. She's an amazing voice actress, also. I love all the alligators and stuff in the swamp. Yeah, which early on, when I think it was 2005, 2004, when Adam Green had the idea for this. Adam Green was writing, not writing, but he had the idea for Hatchet like since he was in like school, like in grade school. He had like he went to on a camping trip or something like that, or he went to camp, and he made up this whole story that there's a killer of called Victor Crowley, and like to scare his friends and everything. And then he had that in his brain for just years and years and years. And then he just when he became a filmmaker and he made Frozen, which is a great thriller movie he did before the first Hatchet. He just ended up making Hatchet and writing the script based off this thing he made up when he was a kid, which is great. This black guy with the chicken and the biscuits and the gravy. It's so stupid. Well, the biscuit is me. Oh yeah, I definitely. This whole series is absolutely horror comedy. Some movies more like Victor Crowley, the last one, the fourth movie, definitely more comedy, I would say, than I mean, still the same good mix, but I feel like there's a lot decent, noticeable amount more of comedy in Victor Crowley than the other three. But what's his name in the first movie? Oh, is it Desmond Richmond? Is that I think something Richmond. Pretty sure it's Desmond. He's fantastic. He's so good in that movie. He's great in everything I've seen him in, which is not much. I got to check out more stuff he's been in because he's hilarious in the first film. When they go knock on Reverend Zombie's door, and Ben doesn't want to even have anything to do with this. He's like, they're closed. Or Desmond's character, he's like, I don't want, they're closed. And he's like, we just knocked and stuff. They can't be closed. He's like, yeah, indeed they are. Like, it's such a great charisma to him. Yeah, oh yeah, I would definitely agree with that. It has to be. It works a lot better with movies that are insane, like completely over the top, and they know they are. Like Terrifier, like more so Terrifier too. Like there's some hilarious shit in that, but look out, it's so off the wall and so insane that it works because the comedy and parts are just as insane as the premise, which is just as insane as the gore and all of that. Yeah, he's in all four films. He's they brought him back in every one, which is hilarious. I was saying how they had in the first one, this one now he's the brother of the one in the first one. Then I think the next one in Hatchet 3, which we'll be doing next week, next Friday, same time. Pretty sure, yeah, yeah. Somebody he's like a paramedic in that one, and they say that he someone looks at him and says like, "Oh, weren't you a brother or something like that?" Or we're like, and he's like, "Oh, what? Because we all look alike, right?" And like, and that's it. And now he's just a new character. And the fourth one was the only one he played the same character as the third one, but so good. Hey, Nanette, how are you? I see you're on. Have you always been on Twitter? Or you just made one because I just added you. I just saw you have a Twitter. Yeah, they are. I mean, I think just sick people like us would say that they're funny, but most people, common film watchers, would be revolted. But they are definitely funny. With the whole scene with the clown cafe, which think actually I just thought about it. I gotta do a cover of that, right? Like, I gotta do a video of the clown cafe now that I just thought of it. Have to do it. So that expect that sometime. Which is such a great scene. But when they show like the cereal that it has like real like razor blades or whatever shit in there, it's made from the skin of Dawn from the first movie. Like that's brilliant. So cool. Have you? Then how come you haven't been following each other on fucking Twitter, sis? Like I had no idea you had a Twitter. Yeah, say hi to Jack. No, not Jackie boy. And I think like her. Oh yeah, that's an accomplishment. Is she a horror fan? Like if she's a horror fan, then it's a little easier. But like if she's just like a casual horror fan, at the most. That's a feat. I got my mom years ago to watch Suspiria, which she's not a huge horror fan, but she'll watch some movies here and there. She doesn't like blood and guts and gore and any of that shit. So it's like she's not a slasher fan. Like she would never watch Terrifier 2. Like ever. Like would never happen. But got her to watch Suspiria and she actually enjoyed it. Which she doesn't enjoy anything really. Like movie, like how was that, or how'd you enjoy this? Man, it was alright. It was okay. It was good. Like nothing. It's just all right. Everything's okay. That's it. Hey, what's up, Joe? How you doing, brother? Watching, talking Hatchet 2 and whatever other random topics, horror wise or not, come up as usual. Yeah, I can't wait for Terrifier 3 too, Russ. And 4. Damien Leone has already said he has enough material written for 3 and 4. And we have All Hallows Eve, which is amazing. It kickstarted everything with art, which I saw that film when it came out, and what was it, 2010? All Hallows Eve, right? 2010? Yeah, because 2016 was terrifying. Yeah. And I saw Art the Clown in there. I said, this guy's creepy as shit. And it was such a good anthology film. And then when they announced Terrifier, like, and I saw the Terrifier short, like shortly after All Hallows Eve, I checked out his The Ninth Circle short and his short Cold Terrifier. Loved it. And then when they announced the movie Terrifier, I said, absolutely, I'm there. Did not disappoint. Damien Leone has not done anything wrong. Like everything he's done, I've loved so far. Huge Viagra sale right now. Hey Cal, what's up, buddy? How you doing? This girl's mad funny. This girl is trying to get back with her ex and stuff, but he's engaged. And then their kill's hilarious. When he's fucking her from behind, and then he gets decapitated, and he starts fucking her harder because of being decapitated. She's like moaning and shit before she turns around and realizes what happened. That's fucking funny. Kind of reminds me of a Serbian film, but that's much more fucking disturbing in that movie. Everything's disturbing in that movie. Whoa, my favorite scary movie. Not Scream. So, yeah, The Thing is my favorite film of all time, and Halloween is my third. My second is not a horror. I have heard of Dead Beat at Dawn, but I have not seen it. I gotta check that out and add it to the list. I know I've definitely heard that title though. I just watched an exploitation the other day that I haven't seen in years. It's not even a horror film. It's like gang crime exploitation. The Jezebels or Switchblade Sisters from 1975. That's such a great movie. I saw that movie. I forgot. My dad showed me that like years ago, like as a teenager, maybe. I loved that movie, and I haven't seen it in years. That's a good film. It's on Amazon Prime. If any of you guys haven't seen it, it's like a local high school kids gang, girl gang, and the leader of the gang is like this. She pretends that she's super tough, but and it's an exploitation film from the 70s. It's ridiculous, like it's over the top and stuff. The acting's not great, but it has such charm to it. And then this other girl moves into town, and then she ends up joining the gang, and then they cross each other. Kind of great movie. If I recall right, I know Tarantino is a huge fan of that film. So you guys are liking the horror survival guides. I'm happy. They're mad fun to make, like too much fun. I was cranking them out yesterday afternoon. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put every time now I put out a discussion video, I'm going to put out a short horror survival guide, minute-long video to go along with it. So we'll get the discussion video, and then we'll get a short. Don't do these things to not die in this movie. This is a great double kill here too. Cletus and whatever the hell the other guy's name is. And yeah, Joe, my icon shows exactly what my favorite scary movie is. Like, I love how he has a hatchet, but instead of using the blade, he's smashing this guy's face in repeatedly with the top part of it. Like, great kill. Yeah, absolutely, buddy. One sec. There, Joe. Yeah, Savage Streets is great too, Russ. Red Heat, I'm not sure if I've seen Red Heat. I don't think I've seen that one. I'm not like huge on non-horror exploitation from the 70s, but there's definitely a handful of movies that I've just seen and heard of over the years that are fantastic. And Reverend Zombie's lying to Parry Shen this whole time, thinking that, giving him hope that his brother's alive, maybe, and he's most definitely dead.
What's up?
What's up?
I'm like too stoned not to wear sunglasses right now. I'm sorry.
No, that's right. I was thinking the same thing earlier.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing, brother?
I just saw Oppenheimer.
You hanging in there?
I just saw Oppenheimer.
You hanging in there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was fucking long, but great. I gave it a 10.
Yeah, I gotta check it out.
You got it. It's great. Nolan's best film, I think, honestly.
Nice.
Yeah, you feeling better, man?
Nolan's made, and he's made. Yeah. Last week I was like, I had some stomach bug and shit that I'm pretty convinced I caught from my aunt.
Oh,
when I saw her for my cousin's daughter's first birthday because she just got
God.
over something. Because I just kept getting nauseous like throughout the day at random times, and I had to like lay down. It was just like very bothersome.
You
But
know
they
what,
didn't know
man?
it's
That was
still for
kind of
Thursday.
happening to me too, though. It's got to be this heat, you know, this record
It
heat
could be
across
that
America.
too. Yeah, I was thinking like the possible other reasons too, like, and that crossed
It's
my
the end of
mind.
the world as we know it.
Yeah, and I feel fine.
Yeah, I feel fine too. How's Hatchet 2 going? I'm not watching it. I'm sorry.
It's up to you haven't seen Hatchet 2, right?
I started watching it last time.
Yeah, at the end of the
and you know what? I liked it more from what I saw of it.
yeah, was the beginning has an awesome kill with the intestine thing.
And there's better
Wrapped
boobs
around.
in it.
Yes, and Danielle Harris is in it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
And she's in the next one also.
She's had some surgery.
Oh, for sure.
No offense, Danielle.
Yeah, she's definitely.
Same with Scout. Scout Taylor Compton destroyed herself.
Yeah, I agree with that also. And I say all the time, like, people, I get it. Like, I get why people free to do whatever they want. Like, for sure, no judgments. That's always how it's here on the channel.
You know who else too though was the Goo Goo Dolls. They had a bunch of plastic surgery.
Oh yeah, it's when it gets to the level that like you look like an alien is when it's too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Joan Rivers. Look at Joan Rivers before
she died. Yeah.
died. She looked like a fucking catfish. She
Sorry, bro.
like
okay, can we just
how do you
like?
fuck
I'm
your
not
face
trying to
up?
go to like that land again, but like, can we just look
Yeah.
at that for a second? Wasn't that a little weird?
What with Joan Rivers?
He said something about like Michelle Obama being a man and she was dead the next day.
Oh yeah, I heard something about her being.
I've seen the video. It was like really weird.
I know, it's crazy.
I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not like one of those QAnon people, but like it's interesting.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
All conspiracy shit is interesting.
I don't even. Yeah, it's not conspiracy theory because a conspiracy is just hey, you want to go to the store? We conspired to do that. But a conspiracy theory is a term that was coined by the CIA to gaslight and discredit people.
Oh yeah, which they've done a great job of.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You see Sound of Freedom yet?
Which one?
The new Jim Caviezel movie, Sound of Freedom.
I have not. I haven't watched anything new recently in the last month or so.
You'd appreciate it. It's fucked up. Yeah. You'd appreciate it. Yeah. It goes into all that stuff.
Yeah, add it to the list.
And Disney sold it off because they're trying to be fucking shady about it because they didn't want to put it out 5 years ago when it was made. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not go there. I don't want to go there again. Yeah. Seems like these Hatchet podcasts or whatever you want to call these Hatchet watch parties are turning into like deep dark government secret land.
It's only when you come on, but it's fun to shit, so it don't matter. I love.
Do you have a favorite?
I was saying earlier, wouldn't? Yeah, we were saying in the chat we were going through them. Victor Crowley and the original are pretty much right here with me. The whole series is like right there with each other. 3 is my least favorite, as I've said.
Was it bad?
It's more like action horror. It's kind of like Predator. Imagine like military in the woods hunting down Victor Crowley, and that's basically what 3 is.
I hate to say a non-PC word, but that sounds retarded.
What did you say?
I said that sounds retarded. That sounds really stupid. That sounds really dumb.
You're breaking up a little.
Oh, you can't hear me? Shit. Can you hear me now? Did my internet cut out? Hold up.
So that was weird. Yeah, mine did too. I think it was stream. It had to be StreamYard then. There's no way, because we just cut out our internet cut out at the same time. But I'm watching the movie here, and it didn't cut at all. So that had to be StreamYard.
Are we good? What happened?
Yeah, same exact time as you. My internet cut out. Had to be StreamYard because the movie didn't even stop. Yeah, the movie didn't even stop.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, they're used to shit cutting out here.
Yeah.
Fucking hasn't happened in a while, because I notice if I have my laptop plugged in and stuff, and like for a while and then stream, then it's fine. But like if I'm running on if I go on battery and then the battery starts getting low, if I plug the charger in, it freezes everything up for like a minute, and then I have to come back in, and then it happens again, because then I got to take it out because it's happening again, and then the battery drains, got to go back in. It's a whole in and out process.
Yeah. Well, I'm holding my phone right now. I don't have my tripod in here, so I'm like shaking and shit. It's hard.
I don't even have a phone right now. My phone broke like 6 months ago. It kept getting left. It kept getting that point of like when the charging port is fucked up. So like you plug it in, it's not catching the charge. You gotta angle it weird and stuff like that, and then like to get it to catch the charge, and then after a while it just stopped working. And then I ordered a new one.
There we go.
I ordered a new one and it never came.
So I'm like all in the couch, you know what I mean? Like
in the couch.
I'm in the couch.
I'm like
that. I'm like so stoned and wearing sunglasses, bro.
Wear my sunglasses at night. Joan and Tales from the Crypt. You know, it's great, Russell. I was just watching Demon Knight like 2 nights ago, which I wanted to actually get up and do a video of it like spontaneously, but then I just said, I'm kind of tired. But I love that movie, so I haven't seen Demon Knight. Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight. So yeah, that's better. Now it's not shaky.
Yeah, I don't have to hold it anymore. Thank God for the Xbox controller.
Yeah, there you go. Russell, I'll spin on your grave. Let's have to laugh. Nice. I did a video on the remake of I Spin on Your Grave a long while ago, last year. Last House on the Left and Frontiers is one I either haven't seen in a long time, because I don't remember anything about Frontiers. That's like the one of like the main, like Inside and High Tension, and what else? Martyrs, that whole French extremity movement. Frontiers is the one that I have no idea if I saw it or not. I gotta definitely watch that again.
I've never seen any of those. I feel like such a not a movie nerd right now.
That's right. I feel like a movie nerd always.
What are your thoughts on the first Kick-Ass?
Which Kick-Ass?
The first one.
I never saw any of the Kick-Asses.
Oh, you gotta check them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, if you get the joke. The point is, like, don't become a superhero in real life, because you'll get your ass kicked. But you know,
it's a good point.
Chaos.
You never know.
It's like a real life comic book in the movie. It looks like a comic book. It's fun.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I like movies that do that.
It's not for kids. It's very much rated R. Nick Cage plays a murderous Batman.
Oh, okay, there you go. That sounds actually very interesting.
You got Netflix. It's on there right now.
All right. Yeah, again, I'll check it out.
McLovin is in it.
Don't switch the blame. Switch the blame on the guy in the shades. Oh no. Yeah, this kills
I'm
is
the guy
ridiculous.
in the shades now, man. I'd rather be the guy in the shades who's cool and collected than the guy without the shades who's going off the fucking rails.
There you go. That makes sense. That's good logic.
I could go grab the gun and the other. No.
You could have, I always say I can have a body right there, and no one would ever know. Right over there.
Oh no! Do I have to report you to the local FBI?
Maybe you might have to. Is there a local FBI?
Is there?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm sure maybe they got offices and stuff like here and there. Like
I think I know where to look. You know.
Yeah.
I think I have the good old head up. The head up of where
exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
Do they do shit? Fuck no.
No, exactly.
Do they give a local pedo business? Yes.
Yeah, I
So,
know. It's so fucked
it's
up.
all rigged and fucking twisted and
Of course,
bullshit.
that's the way of the fucking world. Last House on the Left, original or remake? Zodiac said. Are you asking which one I'll do a video on, or which one I prefer? I'll answer both. I'll probably just do both when I do both of them. But
I can't bring myself to watch it. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a pussy. Like I just came around to watching Terrifier 1,
I get it.
but I love Wes Craven, but that's the one I just won't watch because of how dark it is.
Yeah, it's definitely not for everybody. Same with whatchamacallit, I'm not Last House. Spin on Your Grave.
Straw Dogs also.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, that's definitely disturbing.
Both the remake and the original is just too hard to watch.
Yeah. Last House on the Left, though, the original I prefer, but the remake's a damn good remake, actually. And
You
same
want to
with
hear something funny?
yeah.
You remember Deliverance?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I used to have a T-shirt with Stewie and Brian from Family Guy when I was a teenager on a canoe, and it says "Paddle
Yeah.
faster, I hear banjos."
That's funny.
I missed that shirt.
That's a great shirt. Yeah,
Yeah,
and right, it's not the worst when you got like you had like an awesome shirt and then like you lose it or fucking you outgrow it or some shit.
yo, do you
Always
want
the
to see how high I am? That's how high I am. I'm like fucking
you're
bad.
high.
But yeah, I
You're high.
can't.
You're high on life.
Oh no, I smoked a lot of weed.
Timestamp the net is 109 and a few seconds. 109:10.
All right, Jay.
1 hour, 9
Now,
minutes and 10. All right, buddy.
thank you for having me on.
Of course,
Sorry
man.
for the brief intoxication.
It's all right, don't worry about it, man.
Well, you're stoned too, don't you lie.
I never admit to anything.
Oh, okay.
But
All
no,
right.
man, it was good to talk to you, and I'll message you later because I
Hit
wanted
me
to
up, yeah.
see how
Thanks
you're
for
doing.
having me on.
Of course, man. He's too funny. You get that in that hour 9 and 45 now. Ooh, sadistic Nazis and cannibals. Yo, it really is, especially because it's the first time I saw Last House. When I saw the remake for Last House on the Left, it was in theaters. I was working at a theater as a shift supervisor for like a year, and it came out. I was working around there in 2009, 2010. I think came out 2010, right? And they were like being so strict, the managers and stuff, with letting people in. Like they were checking everyone's IDs, and they were saying like this is just a very disturbing film. There's a very disturbing rape sequence that goes on for a long time, and like you're not allowed unless you're unless you're 17. And I agreed. Like I didn't blame them at all or disagree with that. I said, yeah, well, I agree. This movie is fucked up, like the original was. So I said, once I saw the remake too, I said, yeah, it still goes there, like pretty hard. But I Spit on Your Grave remake, I think, is a phenomenal remake too of the original. I actually probably prefer that one a little bit to the original. The Day of the Woman. Anytime, man. I'll talk to you a little later. You know you're welcome anytime on here. Yeah, Straw Dogs is just a completely like thing on its own. Yeah, I like the original, but like I said, the remake is fantastic, which is crazy for two '70s exploitation rape revenge films to both get remakes that are very damn good. and for them to be made in the years that remakes came out, in 2010 and right around there. I think both came out in 2010, right? See, I was having this conversation with Carrie earlier, actually, or yesterday, about Wes Craven. I'm not a huge Wes Craven fan. If you guys haven't noticed, like I have not covered any of his movies on the channel yet, besides Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream. Like that's basically it. So, like, I love Hills Have Eyes. I like his '70s stuff. Like, I think he was a better director and doing more pioneering stuff in the '70s. I love Last House on the Left. I love The Hills Have Eyes. I love The Hills Have Eyes 2. Um, Swamp Thing is a good early '80s one by him, and then of course Nightmare on Elm Street, and just for inventing all that. After that, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. There's not much by Craven I really care for, and there's a lot of his movies I really haven't even seen. People Under the Stairs is a good one, but he's phenomenal. But I don't put him as like in the top 5 or top directors for me. Like he's just not. He's not in the same league as Carpenter and Argento and David Lynch and Bava and Fulci, and it goes on and on. Raimi. Which, yeah, I put Sam Raimi over Wes Craven. Yeah, yeah, the remakes are great. Yeah, Victor Crowley's makeup in this one is not as good as the first one. He looks like his face, like they film it darker in the first movie, or maybe just the makeup, the latex they used was darker, but it looks a lot better in the first movie. Yeah, and it's been a long reoccurring joke on the channel when people fuck with me with Scream. I'm not a Scream fan at all. Not a superhero guy. Although I did like Raimi's trilogy. That's like the only series of Spider-Man films that I've probably seen. Seeing my good friend Jay from Ginger Ninja put out a review recently on The Faculty. Speaking of Scream, with links to Kevin Williamson, I fucking love The Faculty. That is the one film that's penned by Williamson that I adore, and that's because I'm convinced, and it's been a thing for years that people have been saying that he didn't even write most of that script. It was a whole thing that he was like ripping off favorite writer of his and stuff. But Faculty, and it makes sense because I fucking love the movie. I don't like anything else by Williamson, so it makes absolute sense. And yeah, Faculty is great. So yeah, that made me want to rewatch it now soon. So I'll probably have a video out on that sometime this month, coming in August. And this week we'll hop back to Japan for a bit. Like since I'm not a huge Japanese horror fan, I can't watch just Japanese horror night after night, like, or even a few nights a week. Like I need a break from it, like for a week or so. Yeah, that's a good cover. I forget who did it. Who did that cover? Do you know? I really, really want bedtime stories by Tony Todd now. It's got to be a thing. I gotta tell him. I gotta go to Tony Todd. I'll walk if I have to. Ah, okay, yes, that's right. That's right. Wayne Staley, man. I remember vividly when on the hearing it on the radio when he died. And I wasn't a big Alice in Chains fan back then. Like I got into them a little bit later, but yeah, I remember that vividly. That was like one of the earliest celebrity deaths that I remember hearing, like on the radio and stuff. Like I'm talking, I was young when he died. When did he die? I forget what year he died. Maybe I was 10 or 9, something like I don't remember. But great, great voice. Victor Crowley comes out to Tony Todd. You get the line we get in every movie in the series, and every movie ever. I feel like you got to be fucking kidding me. You hear that in every movie ever made, but especially in these 4 films as a recurring gag. And what a great kill this is! This is like, yeah, this is my third favorite kill in the series. Reverend Zombie's death. He fucking takes the hatchet and starts whacking him in the side, and it's gory as shit. And then he cuts him in half, and then he's trying to crawl away his top half, and he just picks him up and takes him by the spinal cord and rips him out of his skin, and then throws the bones in the wood. Like he has like the muscles and shit. It's like a scorpion fatality from Mortal Kombat. Like, it's exactly what it looks like, and it looks fantastic. Evil speak with Clint Howard is great, Russ. Clint Howard is always great, and Soundgarden is fantastic. I always love Soundgarden. Danielle Harris beating the shit out of Victor Crowley's face with the hatchet. It keeps going on and on. It's such great effects. Absolutely, 100%. R.I.P. Chris Cornell. Such a phenomenal voice that guy had. I mean, people love Eddie Vedder, and I love Eddie Vedder's voice too, but he has nothing on Chris Cornell. All right, Hatchet 2. I love how these movies just start and end from the end of the last one. How it, she just, Mary Beth picks up the thing, fuck you, shoots his head with the shotgun, and then credits. And then heavy metal music, or like awesome. Same thing, and then it starts from the exact same moment, except for the fourth movie, but that's 10 years afterwards. Yeah, exactly. So I fucking love that. Every single one of them end like that. Just completely, just something insane happens, and then cut credit time. So good. Class of 94. How he's credited as Michael Fox. Alright, guys. So that's Hatchet 2 and other horror talk, like always. But what do I want to do next? Yeah, I'll do more of those Friday survival guides, either later tonight or yeah, probably. It's fucking 8:30, and I'm gonna have Cycle 3 out by the late night, so I will have those. Thank you guys for hanging out. Zodiac, thanks for watching along. Nanette, thanks for hopping on and watching along too. Joe, thanks for hopping on, and everybody else, thanks for being here as always. Love you guys, and I'll have something out, like I said, a little bit later.